Alright, welcome back guys. What's your first time here? I'm Vision here, born 18 because in our video. Today we're talking about the Power Rangers Reboot series. Now, Power Rangers Launcher Instant, don't forget to hit subscribe button down below, hit that bell icon. This is more Power Rangers content from me. Moving forward. Now let's begin. Now, I got some big news regarding the Power Rangers Reboot series that has recently come out. Now, we know that the Reboot series has been announced and the showrunners attached to it are the ones who are also have been working on the Percy Jackson TV series over at Disney Plus. Now, I don't pay attention to Percy Jackson. I'm not a fan. I don't know much about it. But from what I understand, they did their second season premiere recently where the showrunners and whatnot were there. I get, of course, probably promoting the new season and whatnot. And I guess afterwards, they had like an open panel where people could ask questions. And from what we have heard, Joe from the Illuminati, I'm sure a lot of us know who that is if you've been around the PR fan base for long enough. I'm sure a lot of people are aware of him, or at least, know of him to some extent. Now, at this I guess he was at this premiere for Percy Jackson where the showrunners were, and he asked them about them working on PR. And their answers pretty much kind of confirmed this, because I'm paraphrasing here, but one of them said that they are excited to work on it. They are excited to try to bring their vision of it to life. And they kind of played a little bit coy, but they also kind of did answer a little bit. Now, for me, and I've been saying this for a while now as well, but to me at least, I think this is pretty much confirmation that that this is coming. Like, we finally got it from the horse's mouth. Like, they have come out and said, yes, we're working on this. We're excited to get a chance to bring our vision to life. Like, you don't say that unless there's like something going on there. Now, granted, people say, oh, this could still fall through, or we don't know. But let's put it this way. You don't go into something like this and just like have it fall apart suddenly. We also know filming's supposed to start in January. So, that also makes sense. They're probably finalizing some things. Still kind of find it weird that we haven't gotten any cast announcements. I mean, they're supposed to begin filming next year. We're only a few weeks away, and there's no cast. That definitely, in a way, kind of raises a red flag to me. But at the same time, I'm thinking maybe, somehow they kept this under wraps. No cast definitely is somewhat of a red flag to me. However, the fact that the showrunners themselves are saying they're excited to work on this, we know filming is set to begin. You have, as I've stated numerous times, you have to pay for these locations in advance. You can't just show up on set in that area, say, hey, we're here to film today, move on over. Like, you have to book that in advance, and then if you don't use it, the people who booked it are out of money. So, like, to me, again, this is like that was confirmation enough for me. Them now coming out and getting it from them is even more confirmation. I'm sure that there's, a lot of times they've got a lot of things going on behind the scenes when it comes to things like this. It takes a while to finalize contracts and everything. Of course, read a story. Again, I just feel weird that we haven't heard anything from the cast, unless they're like waiting for the last possible minute to announce it, or like right when they like begin shooting and like they have the actors show up in their ranger suits or something, and they one by one slowly take off their helmets to reveal themselves. That might be a cool thing. Another thing that maybe I think would be a good idea. I think I'm only a fan of this. You might not, but they recently had the new Hunger Games movie trailer drop, but they also did the cast announcements. And when they did that, they kind of dropped those on like a random day of the week, kind of surprising fans. So maybe they do something like that where they just like randomly drop the cast one by one, slowly, like on random days of the week, like they did for the Hunger Games new movie. Like, they could do something like that. Honestly, at this point, I think that'd be their best bet. I don't think there's any big like events coming up. I don't think Disney has anything really big coming up, and Hasbro has nothing. So unless they like again do it on like this big say like Christmas Day reveal or New Year's reveal, I mean, those are probably the last big days you could have. Because I don't think anything really is coming out for Hasbro or Disney in the coming weeks. You know, so that's a possibility. Or they just drop them on a random day. That's definitely possible. We don't know what's going on here. Maybe they have like a big plan to roll it out. I don't know. I would imagine with Disney being involved, though, they'd want to try to make this a big event to, promote their new show. Granted, it's still owned by Hasbro, but Disney always kind of wants to do big flashy events to promote their projects and, stuff that they're releasing on their streaming service. Like, take for example, look at what they did with Doomsday with the chair reveal. Like, that was a big event. With certain things, you want to make you want to kind of promote your thing where people get eyes on it. You don't want it to just fly under the rug. So maybe with casting, they do some big event. I'm not saying they'd like do that chair reveal like they did for Doomsday, but maybe they do something in a way to kind of bring attention to the cast. It again, I don't think Disney would just let it just be like dropped quietly, the cast. I think they'd probably want to do it in a big way. I feel like when you're connected to Disney in a way, going big or going big and going home is like what they are known for. You want to make this big splash event. Now, we don't know. Again, maybe they have a cast and somehow they've been able to keep it under wraps. Again, I am not sure. I do not know how this stuff works. I might just be, thinking too much into this. So, we don't know what's going to happen. But this pretty much, in my opinion, confirms that this is pretty much a green light go. Here we go. Things are coming in next year, and we should be excited to see what, the franchise is coming out with next year. Again, things can always fall through. You had the thing with the Jonathan Entwistle thing. You had story bites coming from what could have been there. You had certain things here and there. Again, personally, I hated the Entwistle project ideas. I really hated them. So, and I know some fans liked it. In a way, I'm kind of glad they scrapped that and are moving on to something different. Now with these Percy Jackson people. Now, I've heard Percy Jackson is like a solid show. Like, people do enjoy it. I don't think I've ever heard really any criticism from it. So that, unless like maybe that's just the corner of the internet I'm on, but I've never heard any real criticism towards the Percy Jackson show. So that definitely gives me hope. Again, I've never watched it. I might check it out, maybe like the first season or something, first couple episodes, just to kind of get an idea of what these showrunners could bring to the table with PR, like what they have done with Percy Jackson, what, we could possibly expect due to their history on Percy Jackson. I might check it out for that reason, but like, it's not something I'm very interested in, but I will definitely check it out. But, again, to me, this is confirmation. We've waited a long time. We've had, we're going on 2 years now with no PR. 3 years, at least 2.5, maybe 3, depending on when this reboot series drops. I think earliest would be late 2026, but I don't think they'd want to do that, especially working with Disney. I do not think they'd want to release it late 2026, just due to the fact that in late 2026, Disney will be throwing out everything for Doomsday, promoting that. And then Power Rangers probably would be lost in the shuffle. If I was the one running it, I would say do it say spring of 2027. But they could also, it depends also on how many episodes they film and how long these episodes will be. Depending on what could happen, these could drop, say, June, maybe summer. It depends, maybe spring, fall, September, before Doomsday promotion starts hyping up. It depends, because I feel depending on what they do here, I think that for the most part, maybe depending on, again, if they start filming in January, maybe we get a kind of tease it for the Super Bowl, and my prediction would be maybe get this big trailer at Comic-Con if they go to Comic-Con. I've been saying this for years. PR needs to go to Comic-Con. Given the fact that they're working with Disney for this reboot, I wouldn't be surprised if they go to Comic-Con this year. I think it'd be a huge missed opportunity, and then they release the trailer there. Depending on when it comes out. But, those are just my predictions and thoughts, opinions. again, from my opinion, this is confirmation. Some people still screaming at me saying that Power Rangers is dead. Stop, like, you're giving Hasbro too much credit. Look, there are certain things like, yeah, okay, this is speculation, take it with a grain of salt. But when you have the writers or, showrunners saying that they're excited to pretty much get in the sandbox and play with the tools they got, you got filming location pretty much booked. That pretty much, for me, is confirmation enough. But, those are just my thoughts, opinions. Let me know yours. Are you excited for what these new showrunners can bring? Do you like Percy Jackson? Have you not watched it like me? Are you not interested in it? I know a lot of you probably still angry that they're not using Sentai. Like, are you excited? Are you not? Are you in the middle? Let me know all that good stuff in the comment section down below. So yeah, guys, those are my thoughts, opinions regarding the recent news coming out from the showrunners of Percy Jackson regarding the upcoming Power Rangers reboot series. As always, if you like this video, don't get a big thumbs up and share. Don't forget to hit subscribe button down below. Hit that bell icon. This is my Power Rangers content from me moving forward. And go for me on Twitter. That's it for my channel. As always, I'm Vision here for entertainment, and I'll see you next time.